Everyone. Today our topic is coupling in amplifiers. We know that when we are going to have the practical applications of amplifiers, we use more than one stages of amplifiers. In such a stages of amplifiers, you need to have the cascading of the amplifier stages. To have the cascading of amplifiers, we know that the output of one device, output of first circuit has to get applied to the input for the second stage, and then again the second stage output will be acting as a input for the third stage and so on. So that means put together I'm calling such a transistor circuit in which more than two transistor along with its associated circuitry is called as multi-stage amplifiers. So these types of coupling or coupling concept will come into the picture when you talk about multi-stage amplifiers. So what do you mean by multi-stage of amplifiers is to have the cascade or number of stages are going to cascade with each other so that you can obtain the maximum gain and the bandwidth criteria to be satisfied. So that means to couple the output of one preceding stage to the input circuit of the next succeeding stage, different types of coupling schemes are used. And the coupling which are used in multi-stage amplifiers are commonly RC coupling, that is resistive capacitive coupling. Second is a transformer coupling. Third one is the direct coupling. So now let us have a look about this circuit, how this circuit look likes, what are their frequency responses, and what are their advantages and disadvantages. This is a theory topic, can be asked directly for the types, what are the types of coupling used in amplifier. Or sometimes comparison is asked in about RC coupling, transformer coupling and direct coupling. So you can see that this is the first stage of the amplifier. This is first stage of your C amplifier, and this is the second stage of your C amplifier. This is first stage and this is second stage. Now you can see the first stage output, how it is getting connected to the input of the second stage. That means this is the preceding stage, this is the succeeding stage, and now output you are applying from one collector terminal to the other second transistor, that is Q2, to the base. Now what type of which components are used to have this coupling? That means how output of one circuit is applied as input for the second. So now you can see this part. This is your coupling parameters. You have connected the output of the first stage through the capacitor and resistor network you have applied to the base of the second transistor. This is called as RC coupling. And we know that your RC network is broadband in nature. That means it is having the wide frequency response. Now you can see here it is a figure for two-stage RC coupled amplifier wherein these are the load, this is the input signal you have given. Then what we observe is you are going to get this kind of frequency response from this. Now what is the use of this capacitor resistive network is, in case of RC coupling, you can avoid the unwanted DC which is coming at the output of this collector terminal, so that this will not get passed to the base of the transistor Q2, so that the DC operating conditions will not get disturbed for the second stage of transistor. So that's why we say RC coupling is most commonly used type of coupling, where though the gain is not so high, but still you get a wide range of frequency response. But again the drawback is at lower frequency the gain drops to 0, again at high frequency the gain drops to 0, and this all because of the internal capacitance and the this is because of the coupling capacitors connected in the circuit, and this is because of the shunt capacitance or stray capacitance of the transistors. So what are the advantages of your RC coupling is, the first, the parameter which you are using is R and C's. Okay, it is used to block DC. So DC blockage is possible in this. You have a flat output at middle frequencies, but the drawback is, I can say, first of all, the circuit is simple. I can say you can block the DC. Why you want to block DC? Because the unwanted DC which may disturb the biasing condition of the transistors, that DC get blocked because of the capacitance present. And what I can say in disadvantage is, you don't have impedance matching. No impedance matching. Is the DC signal get amplified? No. No DC amplification. What again advantages? It is lightweight. Is there any kind of drift or hum present? So no drift, no hum in case of RC coupled amplifier. So where you are going to use this kind of RC coupling? We are going to use this kind of RC coupling in all audio small signal amplifiers, which can be used in your tape recorders, your record players, any public address systems, radio receivers and television receivers. So these are the certain applications of your RC coupling. Then second, we have a transformer coupling. Here we have a drawback, like there is no impedance matching, and because of that, uh, and moreover the gain is not so high, the gain is moderate of your RC coupling. So that's the reason we have to see one more type of coupling, which is called as a transformer coupling. Now you can see again there are two stages only I have taken for your example. This is again your first stage, and this is our second stage. Now you can see here how the output of first stage is getting connected to the input for the second stage. Now you can see there is not any capacitor present in between, but here the output got coupled to the input for the next stage with the help of the transformer, right? So that's why it is called as transformer coupling. And we know that whenever we say the word transformer, automatically one advantage and one disadvantage come in combo. That is, advantages, obviously when you have a transformer, we can say it is having impedance matching. And what is the disadvantages? The circuit becomes heavy, the circuit become bulky, you will have a more maintenance, that means circuit become costly. Okay, so these parameters comes in a combo with respect to if you use any kind of transformer in our circuit. That means you can like, what do you mean by impedance matching is, like you when you are going to it can be used to match the large output resistance of your audio frequency power amplifier to the low impedance load like a loudspeaker. Like when you talk about public address systems, you are having number of stages connected and the output of that last stage will be very high, and now to whom you have to deliver that load, that output is to the loudspeaker, and loudspeaker will be having very less resistance, right? So now how to match the high versus your low, that happens because of the transformer coupling. So that's why we say the transformer coupling is quite used for impedance matching. And definitely this transformer coupling is not going to affect your Q point for the next stage. That means this transformer can be used to block your DC. That is, it provides the DC isolation between the two stages. How the capacitor has provided here the DC isolation, because of this it was blocking DC. The same way happens here. Because of this transformer, the DC get isolated between the two stages and your Q point is not going to affect of the second stage. And but coming to, if you see the frequency response of the, if you compare the frequency response of the RC coupled amplifier and transformer coupled amplifier, we can see there was a flat middle frequencies, something like this. But here you can see the frequency response of your transformer coupled amplifier is poor in comparison with your RC coupled amplifier. Why? Because of the leakage of the inductance and your interwinding capacitances, it will not allow the amplifier to amplify the signals of different frequency equally well. That means you can see here you did not get a flat response, something like this. Here for few frequencies it was okay, but for some certain frequencies what you observe is the gain has increased or decreased. That means for all the frequencies again it is not going to give a equal amplification. And because of this interwinding capacitance of the transformer, it may give a rise resonance at certain frequency. That means at the frequency at which the gain is maximum, at resonance frequency, which can give a very high gain compared to this. You can see here once the gain is constant it is remain so, but here you can see for some value the gain was constant, and for certain frequency we call as resonant frequency you got the gain quite max. So if you compare with respect to the gain obtained, you can see the transformer, you can say that transformer coupling is having a better voltage gain compared to your RC coupled amplification. Okay, so and we can say that even and if you put a capacitance in parallel with your windings across each of these transformer, we can get resonance at any desired radio frequencies. Okay, and such amplifiers we can be used or can be called as a tuned voltage amplifier. That means if I'm going to connect one capacitor over here and try to have a resonance at any frequency which I wanted at radio frequencies, so this kind of changes if I do, I may use it for the uh, tuned voltage amplifiers. So that means what I can call about the advantage disadvantage in transformer coupling apart from this is, obviously what are the components involved are your transformer, impedance matching transformer, it can block DC same like your RC coupled, but now frequency response, it is not uniform, it is high at resonant frequencies and low at other frequencies. You can find a impedance matching. There is a no DC amplification same like your RC coupled amplifier. It is bulky, heavy, expensive. Again there is a no drift, but hum is present in transformer coupling, and this kind of coupling is used in amplifiers where impedance matching is an important criteria. Remember that. We can say it is used in the output stage of your public address system to match the impedance of the loudspeaker. It can also use in RF amplifier stage of the receiver so that it can act as a tuned voltage amplifier. So this is about transformer coupling, and the last one is your direct coupling. In case of direct coupling, you can see here that the output of the first, this is my first stage, this is my second stage, output of first stage is directly connected to the base of the second transistor, no capacitance resistance in between. So obviously because of this I can say the DC bias conditions of the transistor is going to get vary. That means quiescent point will get shifted either to the up or down, and therefore it will affect the biasing conditions of the transistors. And because of the absence of this RC component at low frequencies, your response is good, because if you remember in case of RC coupled amplifier we got the gain something like this. What it means, at lower frequency the gain was dropping to zero, right? It is a roll off, but as these RC components are not here, these capacitance are not present over here, because of that what happens is, the advantage of this direct coupling is you don't have a roll off at lower frequencies. At from zero frequencies only you are going to get the maximum gain. Okay, but again because of the shunt capacitance your gain is dropping to zero again. So we can say, the if you compare the RC coupled amplifier with direct coupled amplifier with respect to low frequency response, it is good. Okay, and what are the transistor parameters such as your input voltage VBE, your beta, right? They will be changing with respect to the temperature, right? And because of this your your IB changes, your IC changes, your VCE also changes, and because of any changes in these parameters, obviously it will affect the uh, the next stage, because directly it is getting connected to the this stage, and moreover whatever the DCs are there which are coming at the output of this collector, that also get passed to the second stage of this transistor. That means we can expect this drift into the circuit or at the output because of the direct coupling. That means unwanted change in the output is called as a drift, and definitely it is a quite serious problem when you talk about direct coupled amplifiers. So therefore we will be not using direct coupling as such. So here we can say, if you talk about advantages and disadvantages and application of this direct coupling, we can say there's a direct coupling, no components involved in connection between output of one to the input to the second. It is not blocking DC, but the previous two they were blocking DC. The output is flat at middle frequencies, and there is an improvement of the gain at the lower frequencies. There is no impedance matching like your transformer coupled. Here DC amplification is possible because you are not having any capacitor to block, you don't have any transformer to block the DC isolation, right? So definitely DC amplification is there in case of your direct coupling. Then definitely it is quite simple compared to your RC coupled and transformer coupled. Definitely it will be less costly because there is no circuit complexity over here. There is a drift, there is a no hum, and this kind of coupling is used in the amplification for slow varying parameters, or we can say where DC amplifications is required, you can go for the direct coupling. So this is whatever we have discussed, we have written in the tabular form, so you can see, can go through this. The parameters I have compared various cascading methods like RC, transformer and direct couple, and whatever the things we have seen, those we have listed out over here. So this is all about the what are the different types of coupling in amplifiers, where we are going to have this coupling, and what are, how they look like, what are its advantages, disadvantages and applications and its operation. So we'll see in the next class.